at the mausoleum of Ayatollah Khomeini in southern Tehran and inside Iran's parliament. Doug Herbert is following the latest developments for us, and he joins us now. Doug, what can you tell us?
Yeah, well, twin attacks apparently by armed assailants at two very high-profile locations in the Iranian capital in Tehran. The parliament building, obviously heavily fortified normally, secured, surrounded by security checkpoints. The reports coming out of the Iranian state TV and the semi-official news agencies there are that the parliament was stormed by several attackers, one of whom, by some reports, blew himself up within the parliament, and there at the parliament itself, by the accounts coming out of the state TV, it's still an ongoing situation with gunfire still sporadically being heard within the parliament building itself. Reports possibly, and I have to say this has not been confirmed, possible hostage-taking situations within the parliament. One lawmaker telling the state media that the attackers, some of them were armed with assault weaponry, that is AK-47 assault rifles. That an ongoing situation at this hour, but involving guns, suicide bombers, possible hostage-taking, still an ongoing situation. As for the shrine, now that is a shrine just south of the capital, about 20 kilometers south of the parliament building, at the site where the burial site, really, of the founder of the Islamic Republic, Ayatollah Khomeini, and he's also obviously the first supreme leader of Iran. So you don't get too much more symbolic than that. In the reports we're hearing out of state media, once again, at least one suicide bomber is reported to have blown themselves up outside, just outside that mausoleum. We also have reports of perhaps a woman arrested at the shrine, as well as one attacker killed. We're still unclear on the total number of attackers. We're still unclear on the total number of injured. There have been reports of at least one person dead, possibly a security guard who was killed in the attack on the shrine. You have to emphasize in both of these that while the attacks happened at almost exactly the same time, it's still unclear directly whether they were coordinated. You talked about the claim of responsibility for both attacks by the Islamic State group. Once again, that has to come with a cautionary note. We have seen claims in the past by the Islamic State group which haven't been able to be hardly corroborated or confirmed. Whether or not it is a hard claim involving actual orchestration and planning by the Islamic State group, or it's an opportunistic claim, that is the group wanting to pounce on this and be able to claim it, that is at this time we don't know. We do not actually know, cannot confirm the motives of the assailants at this time, even though the intelligence ministry is calling it an act by terror groups.